It's your boy, Ian here. Zoe, what are we doing?
Building a beehive.
Building a beehive. As you can see here, we have a LANGSTROTH beehive. We have all of the frames here, 20 frames in total. We have our top piece. This is our 2 deep boxes, our base plate with the screen, and then our cap. We are also painting it today. We have a design in mind. Purple, what was it called?
Periwinkle.
Periwinkle is going to be the main color. With yellow, because we're going to do a little bit of stuff with the yellow. With, I think it's black, right?
Yeah.
Black.
Gray.
Got a very small amount to do with the black. And then gray, another thing to do with the gray. Now, we have a name for this because this is our first beehive. We actually have a nuke of bees currently on order or on hold. We put a deposit down and they're going to be coming in soon. But pretty much, we have a name for this beehive. It's going to have its own name because we never know. You know, we might have 500 more beehives in the future.
Probably.
Zoe, would you like to tell them what we are calling this beehive?
Bees Landing.
Bees Landing. Now, if you guys don't watch the show Game of Thrones has King's Landing, and we are making this Bees Landing. So we're going to be making the painting of it, the castle, pretty much something like King's Landing. I mean, the castle's not going to look anything like it, but it's just going to have a castle, so it's a castle. We also have some paintbrushes here. We have
There's more in your room. We'll go get them.
We have more paintbrushes for the tiny stuff. Today for the tools, because we've got this one pre-built, we originally were looking into building our own, but quite honestly, like, see how we got, these are called box joints? Just to be able to get the blade for the box joints was $200, and this whole entire LANGSTROTH hive here was $156. So pretty much it would just be so much cheaper, because just for the blade, it was $200. I mean, I have majority of the tools like a table saw, chop saw, all that kind of stuff, but just for the blade. So for us only needing one hive right now, as we're just starting our colony, there was no point for us to be going and buying the blade and building it ourselves. So tools that we'll be using today is just a compressor hose, 18 gauge gun, some 18 gauge nails over there with the other paintbrushes, as you can see, that we'll be using to do the nice fine paints, a Red Bull, and then a Zoe. What?
The glue.
And the glue, of course, wood glue. You know, nice Gorilla indoor and outdoor exterior glue. There's also another couple things that we have to do. We still have to build a platform that's going to keep it up off the ground. But because the weather's not looking too hot today, I mean, right now it's looking beautiful, actually. But there is chances of rain, so we are not going to be doing that today. But we can always do it another day, because there's no point in whipping out all the tools for it to all get rained on later. But yeah, so we're going to start by building this hive. First thing we got to do is, well, literally the only thing we have to do is build the 2 deep boxes and then put it all together. So you wanna do like a crazy transition to where we're gonna get into like the position where we're gonna be doing it. So like, put your hand towards the camera. Ready? Okay, so now we got the box built. We had a little bit of a problem due to this side panel of the deep box being bowed, so it was really hard to kind of get it to fit properly. So here you have your frame. What the frame does is it kind of just sits inside of here, just like that. Now this holds 10 frames, and they're divided. You can kind of see here, they stick out to give a little bit of a gap here, which is enough gap so that bees can go through, but they cannot they will not produce any type of honeycomb in here, so they won't get stuck together. So pretty much when you put this guy in, you just sit like that, stack all the way up, and then when you go to retrieve your honey, it'll be on here. Now these ones come with a plastic foundation to help the bees just build off of this so they don't build out horizontal and or it breaking when you go and inspect it. When it comes to just building this, pretty much all it is just putting some glue in between all the box joints and then just jointing them together. Now, other than this one being a little bit warped and giving us a little bit of issues, it's pretty simple. Now, after you do that, what we do is we use our square here, square off all the corners on the inside, and just to double check, we use our frame and square on the outside to square it all off so it's perfectly square so that those frames can fit in nicely and not be all off square. After that, we use our 18 gauge gun here to staple all the edges of the box joints and top and bottom. That way it's all kind of compressed together and it will help when it's gluing or drying. We're using 2-inch galvanized finished nails now. You don't have to use finished nails, you could use screws, but we just decided to use the finished nails so it's a lot more cleaner. So we're going to let this guy dry, we're going to start building the next one, and we'll be right back once it's done. Perfect. There you go.
Maybe a couple of lines to if that makes sense.
Ow. Who left the window door open? Get some wood filler, and pretty much we're going to be sanding it down so it's a little bit smoother. I mean, we can't get it perfect because like this, like what you can see here, how bowed out it is coming up the top here, but down here it's pretty much flush. It was a pain in the ass, but we did fill up any holes in all the joints or the nail heads. So we're gonna give it a quick sand just on the outside of this box. The other box, we did a little bit of it on the corner on the inside. Give that a sand, which is regular sandpaper. And then we'll be ready for paint. Good? Okay, so I'm going to quickly explain to you how exactly the LANGSTROTH hive that we've got here works. So pretty much this is the base layer. As you can see, there's a screen on the bottom. Now you put this little guy in the back here. Other way around, sorry. Which pretty much acts as like a bottom plate. Now what happens is you can use this to actually see a bunch of different things, how your hive is growing and everything without actually opening it up. And also it helps for learning about mites because mites will fall through here and you will see them on here, and then you'll know if you need to take special care to be able to kill off those mites that are possibly damaging your beehive. Now this little strip here is actually the landing strip for the bees when they land here to enter the hive. After that, our 2 deeps go on. So you'd have deep number 1. As you can see there's a gap there for them to come in. And then you'd obviously have all your frames inside here. And then you do your 2nd deep, just on top of that. Just like so. Again, have your frames inside, just like that. And then this top plate goes on, which also has, as you can see, another entrance. So that would sit just on top like that. Has a way for them to come up here, chill up here, also go in and out of there. And then your final top layer, which is your roof, sits on top just like that. Has a nice steel top for water protection. And then there's your beehive, just like that. So right now we're going to quickly start sketching out exactly where we want to put everything. And then we're going to start kind of getting ready for paint. So when we come back, we're actually going to sketch out the design and you'll see exactly what kind of design we're going to have on this beehive. So we're done with the first coat. As you can see, we kind of just outlined anything that we drew with the purple. I mean, it would have been easier to do the sketch out after, but realistically we didn't even know what we wanted yet. You can kind of see the castles there.
We didn't
Top
know
of the
how much
castle.
paint it would use.
We also didn't know how much paint. We did buy a lot extra paint. We have like barely dented the purple when we thought we might. We even bought another sample size just in case. But it's okay because our next boxes will be purple, so we'll have extra purple for that. But yeah, so we're moving along. We're gonna start with our second coat, which we're gonna mainly just do the purple again, and the green here. We still have to do the green on the lid, just on the little bit of wood here that's showing.
Are we doing green or are we doing purple?
Or sorry, purple. My apologies. So yeah, we're gonna do the next coat now, and then after that we'll start doing, after it dries, we'll do the actual interior parts. Not interior, but details. So yeah, props. Okay, so progress. Pretty much the first coat of all of it is done here. That took a very long time, as you can see. Now we're going to start doing the second coat of the yellow is done here, so we're going to start doing the outline of the black in between. And then I'm about to start the second coat on the yellow here, and then the other side, as well as the castle, and we have to finish in between all the windows and stuff in the castle. How are you feeling?
My back hurts.
Yeah, our back's freaking killing. We're going to try moving this up to an elevated place, either on the table here or here, because it's way too hard to be bending down this whole time. So we're going to jump to doing that, and we'll get back to you guys when the next coat's done. Okay, so update. Here's the front. Zoe's currently working on the side. The lid is getting painted on its first coat. And the other side is primed. We got some bees in between the honeycomb and everything that need to get painted still, but the white primer is ready so that we can start painting on top of that. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. We've been doing this for many hours now.
I never want to see a freaking hexagon again.
We've been working at this thing for about 11.5 hours today. It's looking pretty good. We got the grass in, little flower. The bees are outlined for this side. The front, we got to do the windows still. The castle's kind of outlined. We got to do a couple of the outlining in the center. Grass as well. Zoe's side here, she's finishing up with the honeycomb. The bees are all ready and outlined. Grass is done. And that's pretty much it. Here, let's do a crazy transition this time, okay? I'm going to kind of like fly into you, and then you're going to put your hand out, okay? Okay. Today, we're back. Another day.
Another day, same outfit.
Same outfit, same painting fit.
Yeah.
Same down here. I got the whole painting. Look at that. I'm a little bit yellow over here. But anyways, look at this thing. It's definitely coming together. She's almost done. All we're finishing up is the bees and any final touches, and then we're good to put it all together and see how she looks. We moved everything over to the table now, so there's nothing else over here. But yeah, all of our stuff here, we're gonna put it all together once we're done with this, and we're gonna see how she looks as one. Super excited to see the final product. I mean, like, the cap's gonna come down, so you're not gonna see as much honeycomb, but it's okay because once you put the next box on top, all that's gonna be seen. But I'm excited to see it with the grass, especially on the bottom. What you think, Zoe?
It's fun.
You happy?
Yes.
All right, we'll be back once we're finished up with the last final touches. So it's pretty much done, as you can see. The cap and the bottom on it looks pretty sweet. All we have to do really is finish up the base, actually build it, maybe paint it. I don't know what's going to happen with that yet, but here's this, all done. I think it looks really nice. So we had a crackling fire in the background of these following clips, so instead of having that as an annoying background sound, I'm going to talk over these. As you can see, we are building the base platform for the Hive. We're using pressure treated 4x4s as the legs, and we wrapped 2x4s that are pressure treated around the legs to give them strength. Then I used my table, which is 5/8 plywood, on top. The reason we used regular plywood on top was because pressure treated can be bad for the bees. When putting this together, I just sat it on top of the plywood table, traced it out, and then skill sawed it off. We used deck screws to connect everything together so there was no rusting. We also want to mention it's a good idea to make the platform slightly on an angle to allow water to drain off of it. We didn't do that here, but we actually buried the legs into the ground, and when doing that, we allowed for that angle. So the top is all done. We have Zoe painting it green to give it a little bit of waterproofing and a little bit of style. So we're gonna probably just do maybe one, maybe two coats, I don't know.
I only
Okay, just one coat. But so we're just gonna paint that, then we're gonna wait for that to dry and bring the beehive out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of us making our very first hive. At the time of editing this video, it's already winter, so we have a full season of footage coming soon. Thanks for watching. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below if you want some more.